is Wednesday, one of my off days. Woo-hoo! Okay, so, thank goodness it's an off day because yesterday was exhausting. I did 4 houses, I should say they were medium-sized houses, but nonetheless, it's a lot of bending, stretching, vacuuming. Some of the carpet's thicker, which when it's thicker, it means more arm, shoulder strength, and it's exhausting. So, yeah, and 2 of the houses had 3 levels. One of them had 2, and the one was just the 1 level. But nonetheless, I am exhausted, to say the least. Had to get, even had to go through our clients. I caved and took a Pepsi because they also had orange soda. I would have picked that one, but I need caffeine, keep me going. And by the way, our clients allow us to take water or sodas or coffee. We're allowed to, or candy if there's candy. So we're allowed to. It's not like we're stealing it. They do offer it, so perfectly fine. So yeah, I was exhausted after all that, and I had to take a leave because I was like, I'm gonna regret it if I get in the morning. I'm just like, oof. Also woke up mid-morning because I went to bed early because I was so tired when it was a little after 10. I went to the bathroom, I was fine. I wasn't like wretched pain because I took a leave, but I was still in pain. And then for some odd reason I had a terrible headache. I guess it's the weather that's causing it, plus the fact that, I don't know, my TMJ and scoliosis is acting up as well. My front and jaw was hurting really bad too. Even with my retainers, usually that calms the pain, but oof. I managed to get through it, but I noticed one other time I had done this when it's also really cold. I put a blanket, one of my thermal blankets, around my head, and that seemed to help with any pain and whatever. I guess it gave it some kind of comfort. I don't know. Maybe some pressure. Put pressure to pressure. It just kind of levels out the pain, I guess. I don't know how that works. I just did it and it seemed to help. So I didn't even take any pills because I was like, I'm too tired to fool with taking a pill. But anyway, so I'm gonna reveal to you guys who is visiting us. It is my sister. My sister's here to visit. So it's my eldest sister that's visiting today, or this week. It's just her kids and husband are not here, but it's good to see her after so many years. So yeah, she's here till Saturday afternoon or something like that. She's leaving sometime in the afternoon on Saturday. And it's good to have a couple days, even though we're working. We worked yesterday and then we're working tomorrow. There's, like, today we're spending time with her, and then on Friday we're spending time with her, so. And when we're working, she can go visit family, other family members, so it works out for all of us. So yeah, she's staying here at the house. Ricky gave up his room for her, and he's sleeping with Zachary. Well, not sleeping, but, you know, rooming with Zachary, I should say. Let's put it to you that way. He's rooming with Zachary on a air mattress, so camping out. So I'm sure they're enjoying that. I don't know what all I'm going to be filming today. I will not be filming my sister or anything. You know how I am with keeping people private. I don't think she'll enjoy it. She is more, how do I describe her? Introverted, quiet-like. I don't know. It just doesn't seem appropriate to film. Anyway, I have a hard time filming people anyway, unless it's like an actual project that I'm allowed to take pictures and stuff like that, but or film. If it was my second eldest sister, she would be all for it. She would join in and make videos with me and want to be in the vlogs, but it's not the case, so yeah, you won't get to see her or anything, so I apologize for that, but that's just the way it is. Don't know how much, I don't even know what we're doing, to be quite honest. So there'll probably be a little bit filmed today, and I don't know what else. It's not going to be exciting, so but I'll explain to you if I have time to film. So oh, and Monday was weird too. Monday we're supposed to do the big house, big house that we usually do, and then the small house. Well, someone in the family was sick that lived at the big house, so that was canceled. I was like, oh, thank goodness. It's so exhausting to do that house. I know it has to be rescheduled, but whatever. So it was weird. Even though I woke up like 5:30 in the morning on Monday, we didn't leave until like 9:30, 9:40, I don't know, something really late. I was like, man, I could have slept in another hour, honestly. Because I thought we were leaving early is why I got up early. But yeah, nonetheless, I managed to get up and get myself going. We dropped some stuff off at Salvation Army because we still were purging our crap, so we had stuff to drop off there. And then what else did we do? Mom had, after we went to work, well, we had grocery shopping, and then we went to work, and then it's kind of funny, before that we went to Sam's because Ricky had already he had a few stops to do too and work at the yard. He already went way before we left, and then of course Ricky drives slower than my mom does. She just sails right through. She's fast and furious. Doesn't like to slow down. But anyway, she kept on going. And it was pretty hilarious because we met up and I was like, is that Ricky? Because I could see him. And then I was like, yep, that's funny. We were all laughing. We went in behind him. He's like, like, yeah. Anyway, the first time he was taking his truck, and his first time he was filling up his tank, and he was like, oh my gosh, I paid something dollars for this. He's ridiculous. I'm like, you bought a big old truck, it's gonna take more gas. Yeah. More than the vans. And so it was a bit of a shock, but I was like, dude, you're gonna have to pay what you pay. You have to pay the difference. You bought a big old truck, it's gonna take more gas. So there we have it. But that was pretty funny. Then he went on his way. We went to Sam's, did a few shopping in there, and then, you know, went to work, and then so yeah, that was that. And then Mom had therapy, so usually I would take a nap, and I didn't take a nap that time, which was weird. Usually I would be tired, but I just played games on my phone, and then was up, and then we go to Aldi's? No, we went to Aldi's beforehand. No, I think, yeah, we went to Aldi's beforehand, so yeah, then we came home, and then that was it for Monday. Tuesday, of course, was those 4 houses, and then today, I'm not sure what we're doing today, so yeah, so I caught up with you guys, so yeah, stay tuned for whatever happens. Hey guys, I am back. Okay, so to catch up what I've done today, or what I should say we've done today, so after eating breakfast, kind of chilled. We were trying to figure out what we were going to do today, because it's like too cold to do anything still. So it's like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. And then we came up with bowling, so that's where we went. We went to bowling. And so I actually did pretty well. I got 192 or 193 because we did 2 rounds, and that was all together. You know, it's hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes I didn't get anything. I got 2 strikes in a row on my second game. that was pretty dope. I was shocked because I was like, maybe I'm actually getting good at this. Sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I'm just like, oh wow, that was terrible. Like sometimes I completely got nothing. But anyway, I did pretty well. I guess I got in 3rd place, which isn't too bad between all 5 of us. And I was actually pretty happy. I even beat my mom. I beat her by like a couple points, but I still nonetheless beat her. Like all together, I won. So yes, it's very rare when I actually beat my mom at something, but I did this time. Not like I was trying to. I mean, I was trying to do good, but I didn't think I was gonna do that good. And then we went out to eat. We went to a nice restaurant. I think it was called Canary Grill. So we were at Berkeley Springs area, because that's where the closest bowling alley instead of going all the way to Hagerstown. So that's where we went, and then we went to a restaurant, and they were able to find some. Everyone got a salad except for me. I got a chicken sandwich, which is, the prices, not gonna lie, are kind of expensive, but nonetheless, it was really good. I got homemade chips were really good. Got a deli pickle, which is always good. And then you know how sometimes restaurants will give mints, which we did get mints, but I thought they were just like, regular type mints. No, these were York peppermint patties that we got, which was really nice. Like, ooh, fancy. So each of us got to eat one, except for my poor sister, who has got a milk allergy, so she can't have them. She didn't eat it, so she gave hers to Zach, so Zach got hers. And so came home. Right now, Mom, Ricky, and I are just at home relaxing. We're not really doing anything this evening. My sister and my brother went down to my grandparents, and they're hanging out and playing game night. I was invited, but I chose not to come because, one, I get bored easily. I don't feel like, I've explained this in other vlogs, that I don't feel as included as I could be. I don't know if it's just my mannerism. It's not that like they don't like me, it's just that I don't feel like, I definitely feel left out, and it's like, it's a horrible feeling to feel left out, even though you're amongst your own family members, and it's sad. So I can't really go down to the grandparents because I just don't feel really included, and I felt like that for years, and I've dealt with it and just put up with it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I can't keep putting up with feeling this way and being around people that I don't feel like I belong. So, and not everyone realizes that. I don't think they truly realize, like, they leave certain people out and don't include them as much. Like, they don't really realize that, and it's sad that they don't realize that they're doing this. But I don't have a distaste towards them or anything. I don't like, but sometimes I have trust issues with people, and they happen to be it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna keep dealing with this. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, my brother, he somehow manages to get through it, even though I'm sure at times he gets bored, but he seems to look past it, and I'm done with it. So I'd rather just stay home and relax, just kind of chillax the rest of the evening. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and then tomorrow I have work. So about 3 houses tomorrow. It's kind of our leaner Thursday instead of our heavier Thursday. But, and then I guess if we get home in time tomorrow, I think it's supposed to get warmer tomorrow. Like up in the 60s, which is gonna be nice considering it's been cold and windy. So I'm hoping the wind is supposed to die down this evening or tonight, and so hopefully that'll be done and over with, because I hate the wind. I don't know about you, but I hate the wind. It's so annoying. It blows everywhere. It's extreme, especially when it's cold. It's just cold. It's like, ugh, can't deal. I just can't deal. So hopefully that'll end, and then I think my sister and my mom want to go walking, and I might go with them on the canal. Maybe even take my camera with me to take some pictures. So if I do, I do. You might see that. Pictures, but I'm not gonna film tomorrow. I might just take pictures tomorrow, but I will be filming Friday, so maybe I'll add that to Friday's vlog. If any of the pictures that I might, or just might have it as a separate video, depending how many pictures I actually take. But I need to get back into taking pictures again instead of just doing videos, which videos are fun, don't get me wrong. I need to get practice into it because VBS is coming in like 3 months, and I need to prepare myself, which reminds me I need to get an SD card beforehand because I didn't get my other SD card back, and I need another one separate. It's just easier because all this memory card that I'm using is full of my other stuff, and it's just easier when the SD card that I have, if I had given it to someone else, it's just easier for them to go through or whatever pictures. That's the only pictures that are on the SD card instead of going through all my personal ones. But that's just me. I'd rather keep it separate. Oh, by the way, this morning I went to Amazon and I was looking for stuff I want for my birthday, which I always do around this time of the year. I have a habit of around my brother's birthday, I tend to think, oh, because my birthday is not too far from now. You know, it's like, what, 2 months away? Less than that? I don't know, something like that. But around his birthday, I always think, excuse me, around my time that what I want for my birthday. So this year I want to go to Deep Creek because I love it up there. I just love it, and I kind of want to go with just the girls, but if the guys want to go too, they can, but just it's nicer just to go with the girls. So hopefully we'll get to do that. I don't know, we'll see if the time comes, who's available and what's my birthday is also, what day is it held on? I think last year was on a Monday, so this year is a Tuesday. That's April. I was gonna say it's held on a Sunday. No, it's not. It's on a Tuesday because last year was on a Monday. It's still a work day, but we can either celebrate it the 20th, which is on a Saturday. We can go that Saturday, or we can go the Saturday after, and that's the 27th. So we can see what my friends can do and what is available for them as well, because I want to accommodate them as well. I think it would be nice just to go up on a Saturday, just spend the day, because we don't need to stay up there, even though it would be so cool to stay a weekend up there on the lake and everything, and the creek. Oh gosh, that would be so fun. But yeah, I have a whole list of things I found on Amazon that I want for my birthday. A lot of it's Friends related, the TV show. But I saw some puzzles and shirts and a keychain, sticker pack, even though I have plenty of stickers, but I want one. I want a calendar for next year. I seen calendars, like there's calendars where you can write stuff on, but I really want a friend's calendar. And okay, there's some other t-shirts, and I've found some other cool, sarcastic, funny t-shirts. So I'm hoping to get a couple of those. I'm not asking for all of these. I'm just writing things down just for ideas, future references. It doesn't have to be this year. I just wanted a few of these things. It doesn't have to be every single thing. Because I think, what is it, the most expensive thing on here? Close to like 40 bucks. Oof. Something like 40 bucks on here. A lot of them are under that though. But yeah. Hoping to get a few of those things, maybe. We'll see. But anyway, guys, it is everybody's favorite time of the vlog, and that is Bible time. Bible time. Here we go, put you down here. I did my own personal Bible time this morning before I came downstairs, and I completely forgot that I was reading from what I was supposed to read to you guys, but I read it for my own devotions, plus I did my own where I am supposed to be on, because I'm in Nehemiah, and I read what we're reading on with you guys, so I kind of jumped the story already. So this is the second time I'm reading this today. But we're in Exodus chapter 32, and this is titled The Gold Calf. Alright. When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountains, they gathered around Aaron. "Come on," they said, "make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt." So Aaron said, "Take the gold rings from the ears of your wives and sons and daughters and bring them to me." First of all, Aaron, you shouldn't have listened. Don't give in to peer pressure. And that's exactly what he did. Tisk, tisk, Aaron. All the people took the gold rings from the ears and brought them to Aaron. Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, and molded it into the shape of a calf. Okay. Idolatry right there. When the people saw it, they explained, "Oh, Israel, these are the gods who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Yay, hooray," right? No. Aaron saw how excited the people were, so he built an altar. Not only did he made a golden calf, he went ahead and made an altar as well, because they were all excited. Again, gave in to peer pressure. And so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then he announced, "Tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord." To that Lord? No. They're giving false hope and basically saying, let's celebrate, but we're gonna say it's okay because we're celebrating the Lord. No, you're celebrating fake gods. Okay. Strike one. Complain and wanted to make gods. 2, gave in to pressure. 3, made a golden calf. 4, made an altar for it. 5, pretending to celebrate God when you're celebrating yourselves. 5 strikes, man. You're already out. The people got up early the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. After this, they celebrated with feasting and drinking. They indulged in pagan rivalry. The Lord told Moses, "Quick, go down the mountain. Your people whom you brought from the land of Egypt will have corrupted. Okay, Chelsea, let's figure this out. Have corrupted themselves. How quickly they have turned away from the Lord, from the way I commanded them to live. They have melted down gold and made a calf, and they have bowed down and sacrificed to it. They are saying, 'These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you out of the land of Egypt,' instead of saying that God, the one true God, brought them out, which is the truth. These nincompoops are worshipping false nonsense." Then the Lord said, "I have seen how stubborn and rebellious these people are." Oh, now God's getting really mad here. "Now leave me alone so my fierce anger can blaze against them, and I will destroy them. Then I'll make you, Moses, into a great nation." And here Moses is. He feels bad about the situation, so he's trying to say, "No, Lord, let's not do this. Let's calm down. Take a chill pill." Moses tried to pacify the Lord, his God. "Oh, Lord," he said, "why are you so angry with your own people, whom you brought from the land of Egypt with such great power and such a strong hand? Why let the Egyptians say, their God rescued them with the evil intention of slaughtering them in the mountains and wiping them from the face of the earth. So he was trying to be the middleman, Moses was, and trying to calm God down so he doesn't completely destroy them. So in order to do that, he had to tell them, why let the Egyptians get all the last laugh, basically. Where am I? Turn away from your fierce anger. Change your mind about this terrible disaster you have threatened against your people. Remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You bound yourself in an oath to say to them, saying, I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars of heaven. I will give them all this land that I have promised to your descendants, and they will possess it forever. So the Lord changed his mind about the terrible disaster he had threatened to bring on his people. Then Moses turned and went down the mountain. He held in his hands the 2 stone tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant. They were inscribed on both sides, front and back. These tablets were God's work. The words on them were written by God himself. Then Joshua heard the boisterous noise of the people shouting below them. He exclaimed to Moses, it sounds like a war in the camp. Here's a little side note called idols. Idols again. Even though Israel had seen the invisible God in action, they still wanted the familiar gods they could see and shape into whatever image they desired. How like them we sometimes are. Our great temptation is still to shape God to our liking, to make him convenient to obey or ignore. God responds in great anger when his mercy is trampled on. The gods we create blind us to love God wants to shower us. God cannot work in us when we elevate anyone or anything above him. That includes anything. Doesn't mean specific person. It means things as well. Anything could be our idol or people. Are there any idols in your life? If so, what will you do about them? First of all, we need to turn away, realize what our idols specifically. Anything you put before God is an idol. So we need to realize what our idols are, and we need to distinguish them and put them aside to know the difference between right and wrong, and what things need to, I don't know, we just need to put them aside and ask God to forgive us of those things or those problems. Okay, but Moses replied, no, it's not a shout of victory nor the wailing of defeat. I hear the sound of a celebration. When they came near the camp, Moses saw the calf and the dancing, and he burned with anger. He threw the stone tablets to the ground, smashing them at the foot of the mountain. He took the calf they had made and burned it. Then he ground it into powder, threw it into the water, and forced the people to drink it. How the tables have turned. Finally, he turned to Aaron and demanded, what did these people do to make you bring such terrible sin upon them? Don't get so upset, my lord, Aaron replied. You yourself know how evil these people are, and yet you're blaming them. You gave in to peer pressure, and yet you're putting the blame on them when you could have been not the problem and stayed out of the situation. But oh my gosh. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt. So I told them, whoever has gold jewelry, take it off. Then they brought it to me. I simply threw it into the fire and came out this calf. Oh yeah, it suddenly appeared. Because, you know, you can't just let, oh, let's just throw it in the fire and it jumps out. That doesn't work that way. Moses saw that Aaron had let the people get completely out of control.
much to the amusement of their enemies. So he stood at the entrance to the camp and shouted, "All of you who are on the Lord's side, come here and join me." And all the Levites gathered around him. Moses told them, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Each of you take your swords and go back and forth from one end of the camp to the other. Kill everyone, even your brothers, friends, and neighbors." The Levites obeyed Moses' command, and about 3,000 people died that day. That's a lot. Okay. Then Moses told the Levites, "Today you have ordained yourselves for the service of the Lord, for you obeyed him even though it meant killing your own sons and brothers. Today you have earned a blessing." Moses intercedes for Israel. The next day Moses told the people, "You have committed a terrible sin, but I will go back to the Lord on the mountain, and perhaps I will be able to obtain forgiveness for your sin." So Moses returned to the Lord and said, "Oh, what a terrible sin these people have committed. They have made gods of gold for themselves. But now, if you will only forgive their sin, but if not, erase my name from the record you have written." But the Lord replied to Moses, "No, I will erase the name of everyone who has sinned against me. Now go and lead the people to the place I told you about. Look, my angel will lead the way before you, and when I come to call the people to account, I will certainly hold them responsible for their sins." Then the Lord sent a great plague upon the people because they had worshipped the calf Aaron had made. And here's another sidebar called prayer power. God was ready to destroy the whole nation of Israel because they sinned, but when Moses pleaded for mercy, God spared them. This is on one of the countless examples in Scripture how prayer can make a difference. Many times, however, we neglect prayer because a situation seems irreversible. Can you relate? Knowing that God has the power to change the impossible into the possible can help you persist in the prayer habit. Okay, so thank you, Lord, for your living, breathing word. Was this Genesis I was reading out of? No. Oh shoot, what was I reading in? Oh my gosh. Guys, did I just read out of the wrong Exodus? I was in Exodus. I don't know. Lost my place. Exodus 32. Okay. Okay. Now let's get to devotions. Ow, my back hurts. Alright, created for a purpose. And this is read out of Nehemiah chapter 2 verses 5 through 18. So let's get to that. Which I am in Nehemiah actually. Chapter 2, verses 5 through 18. I replied, "If it pleases the Lord, and if you are pleased with me, your servant, send me to Judah to rebuild the city where my ancestors are buried." The king, with the queen sitting beside him, asked, "How long will you be gone? When will you return?" After I told him how long I would be gone, the king agreed to my request. I also said to the king, if it pleases the Lord, the king, let me have letters addressed to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, instructing them to let me travel safely through their territories on the way to Judea, or Judah. And please give me a letter addressed to Asphrath, the manager of the king's forest, instructing him to give me timber. I will need it to make beams for the gates of the temple fortress, for the city walls, and for a house for myself. And the king granted these requests because the gracious hand of God was on me. Then I came to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River. I delivered the king's letters to them. The king, I should add, had spent along army officers and horsemen to protect me, but when Sanballat the Hananite, or Horite, and Tobiah the Amorite officially heard of the arrival, they were displeased that someone had come to help the people of Israel. So I arrived in Jerusalem. 3 days later, I slipped out during the night, taking only a few others with me. I had not told anyone about the plans God has put in my heart for Jerusalem. We took no pack animals with us except the donkey I was riding. After dark, I went out through the valley gate, past the Jackal's well, and over to the dung gate to inspect the broken walls and burned gates. Then I went to the fountain gate and to the king's pool, but my donkey couldn't get through the rubble, so though it was still dark, I went up to Kidron Valley instead, inspecting the wall before I turned back and entered again at the valley gate. The city officials did not know I had not been there or what I was doing, for I had not said anything to anyone about my plans. I had not yet spoken to the Jewish leaders, the priests, the nobles, officials, or anyone else in the administration, but now I said to them, you know very well what trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire. Let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem and end this disgrace. Then I told them about how the gracious hand of God has been on me and about my conversation with the king. They replied at once, yes, let's rebuild the wall, so that they began the good work. But, yeah, that's it. So this is called Created for a Purpose. After Albert Einstein died, Thomas Harvey performed an autopsy and preserved Einstein's brain. Over 40 years later, neuroscientists discovered some surprises about Einstein's brain that may have allowed him to process thoughts faster, make more interconnections, and have unusual conceptual powers. In any case, Einstein was unique, created for a purpose. Nehemiah was created for a purpose. When he heard as an exile that the walls of Jerusalem had broken down and the gates burned, he asked the pagan captor/king for a leave of absence to restore what the enemy had destroyed. If it pleases the king, let him send me to the city in Judah where my fathers are buried so that I can rebuild it. Nehemiah organized the people to work side by side, each group contributing their skills and hard work to an assigned section. They had opposition along the way. They were ridiculed, put down. Half the men worked and half carried spears, ready for attack. Each person had a purpose in this massive project. What kinds of interests and abilities do you have or have others noted about you? My abilities. Oh, I can't think of really anything on top of my head, really, with things that people have noticed about me. Abilities or interests, kinds of interests and abilities you have. I mean, my kind spirit, I guess, in some ways. The ability to know like certain things like I've noticed about myself. Like know certain things, I guess you can say, that not everyone understands or realizes. Like, I'm very observant for the most part when I'm actually focused and not exhausted. When I'm exhausted, I don't focus very well, but when I am focused, I do notice things and I observe a lot quicker than the average person, and I hear and see things more than people realize. So I guess that's kind of like my ability. How do you think God might use them to help others and further his kingdom? Well, since I'm so observant, it does help with photography. And photography branches out, not only ministering to those on social media, like YouTube, but other ministries, like when I take pictures for VBS and whatever other church event that I've been doing. Hopefully I'll be able to do more, I hope. Not just, for our church or community. I hope to branch out someday. So that would be nice. And I'm sure there's other things that are gifts and abilities that do help. Like, like the gifting of, now I'm thinking about it, prayer. It does help when I'm able to stand in the gap of being an intercessor. Obviously, right now I'm not doing too well in that category of being diligent to pray. I'm not saying I'm not praying. I'm just not as diligent to pray as often as I was. So, I need to work on that. So, yeah. What am I gonna do? I could work on my dollhouse. There's something I could do. It's too late to take a nap, so I could do that. I might work on my dollhouse because that has been put off too much and I need to do that. So listen to music and do that. So you guys will see me later. I'll probably end the vlog later.
Okay, so I got some of my painting and sanding done. I didn't do any gluing, but I did get some painting done on the dollhouse situation. I also put another air mattress up because poor Zachary, I didn't realize he could not sleep in his own room because he's bugging down with Ricky, and Ricky snores and kept him awake. And I don't blame him, that would keep me awake too. So he went downstairs last night and I didn't realize he did that, and he couldn't sleep on the futon because it was too long, and then he slept on the floor, which is concrete. So I put the air mattress up for him, and so he'll be able to sleep on that tonight. And so I guess he'll be sleeping down there tonight, Friday, well, Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He's got 3 more nights to sleep down there. Originally, we're supposed to have Ricky down there, but things changed. But anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax till bedtime, and yeah, so I won't see you guys tomorrow because of work. I might take some pictures tomorrow if I go on a walk, that is. I don't know. My mom and Britt and my sister might just go, but who knows, I might go, I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you guys on Friday. So, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep on smiling, stay positive. I love you guys. Jesus loves you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!